Okay, hello again. This is going to be an open letter to the scientific community to whom it may concern about creation. There's a lot of discrimination in the scientific community, discrimination against would-be scientists that are very logical and rational in saying that we have a maker. Okay, one of the biggest problems that scientists have with the account of creation is the time factor. Now, as far as creationists are concerned, a maker that can do anything can do anything. But we have to, as scientists, we have to go by the information we have. We have to go by the evidence that we have. We can't make up any evidence. We can't, tell a story. We have to have evidence for what we believe. Okay, there seems to be a disconnect between what science says and what the Bible says. Now, this could be easily remedied by the fact that all matter is relative and subject to change anyway. It's all a fabrication. Time is a fabrication. Space is a fabrication. The entire universe is a fabrication. And so we really can't put a date or time on it. But it does appear to be very old. And for the sake of argument, that appearance of age does not even interfere with what the Bible says. And I'll show you why. The Bible says that in the beginning God created the heavens and the universe, the heavens and the earth. Okay, right in that phrase, that means that the entire universe is already made. The entire earth is already made. That means everything is already there. Okay, and on the first day, it says that darkness covered the surface of the earth. It actually says darkness covered the surface of the deep. And we know that the earth is and always was a water planet as far as that goes, because you can't have water coming from anywhere. We have to go with the evidence that we have. And it is a water planet. Therefore, it always was a water planet, because you can't have water coming from nowhere. Okay, so in the first day, it describes the detail of separating the water from the water, but it does say that darkness covered the surface of the earth. So something was keeping light from going deep down to the surface of the earth. So on the first day, after the universe already existed, so for all intents and purposes, the sun, the stars, the moon, the earth, everything already existed on the first day. So time is irrelevant at that point. The first day was marked with the fact that there was light on earth, so that you could mark a day. The only way to mark a day is with light and the rotation of the earth marking one day, one entire day. An evening and a morning. It's one day. Okay. Now, this is all for the sake of argument, right? the Bible does not actually say that on the fourth day the sun was made. It does not actually say that on the fourth day the moon was made, or the stars for that matter. It actually says the stars also. Okay, what does it say? It says the lights were made on the fourth day. So, for argument's sake, the sun, the moon, the stars, they already existed from the very first day of creation when it says God created the heavens and the earth. They already existed. But the light was not seen until the first day, and the source of the lights, it says the lights were made. It doesn't say that the sun was made. It doesn't say the moon was made. It says the lights were made. The lights appeared on the fourth day. The source of the light was seen on the fourth day. So, right there, we can see there is no contradiction between observable science and what the Bible says. For argument's sake, there is no disagreement, there is no discrepancy. Because the first day, there was the atmosphere was translucent, not transparent, so that light marked the first day, and the atmosphere became transparent on the fourth day, so that light was seen. The lights, literally lights, were seen on the fourth day. The lights were made to be seen on earth on the fourth day, because the whole description is from the perspective of being on earth. Darkness covered the earth on first day. The covering of darkness was removed on the first day, and that's what marked the first day. Because everything was already made. The heavens and the earth were already made. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and the earth was without form, and darkness covered the surface of the earth. So there is no discrepancy between what the Bible says and what science observes. Time is irrelevant. And as far as we're concerned as believers, God could have made everything on the first day in the first place, because it's all a fabrication. It's all relative. It's all subject to change. It's a fabrication. It is what it is. But we can only go by the evidence that we have. And the evidence that we have does not disagree with what the Bible says. The Bible says darkness covered the earth. That covering was removed so that light was seen on the earth, and the sources of the lights, literally the lights and the stars also, the lights were seen on the fourth day. So there is no discrepancy. But there is a discrepancy with what is called science, and with the belief that life forms spontaneously cause themselves to accidentally occur. That is a discrepancy with science. So all you astrophysicists and biologists are believing in telling children and everyone that doesn't know any better a fantasy. Because there is no way for objects to make you what you are. The only thing that exists, the only physical existence, is that of objects, matter, elements. These are a fabrication. These are the only thing that exists. And they are not responsible for doing any programming of any kind. So you are the ones with the fantasy. The Bible is not the one with the fantasy. The Bible says that they were created. And science backs that up. Because objects cannot make themselves work. They cannot make themselves function. and they can't make themselves programmed. Matter elements cannot program themselves. Elements can't make themselves programmable, and elements can't program themselves. So it's not the Bible that is teaching a fantasy. It is you astrophysicists and biologists that are teaching the fantasy. Because objects have never been observed making themselves programmable, and objects have never been observed programming themselves or making any working mechanisms of any kind that they program. It's not possible, it doesn't exist, it's a fantasy, and it is not based on any real thing. We can only go by the evidence that we have, and the programmed elements inside of us prove that our Maker is not made of matter, because matter cannot program itself. So you people need to get that straight, and you need to start teaching real, observable, factual science. Science does not disagree with what the Bible says. Science disagrees, your science, your fantasy disagrees with reality. And science does not agree with your fantasy that you are teaching. You can't call yourself an astrophysicist. You can't call yourself a biologist when you believe in fantasy. No physical thing in nature is able to make you what you are. Get that straight and start teaching what the facts are. I'm tired of this nonsense, and I'm not tired of this discrimination that you are imposing on Christians, not allowing them to become scientists, not allowing them to participate in the discussion. You are the ones with the fantasies. We are the ones that are telling the truth, that we have a maker. We have observable evidence of a maker. If you think that objects made you, you have to prove it before you start telling people that objects made them. If you think objects made you, you have to prove it before you can start saying it.